Oh, okay. That video just totally erased. Um, okay. Oh, okay. So I'll just summarize what I was saying. So I was saying that I associate the physical with heat because I associate the physical with the lower chakras, the sacral chakra and the root chakra, and I associate heat with the color red and orange because of fire, probably, obviously. And then I associate coldness with light, and obviously I associate heat with darkness, and I associate coldness with fluidity. No, what? Yeah, with fluidity, with lightness, with air, with like sword energy, right? And wand energy is more physical to me. But sorry, I'm like getting totally distracted. And I also associate coldness with the spiritual because outer space is freezing, right? So cold that you'll like die if you're out there in just your plain body. And when I think of light and airy, I think of cold. I think of a breeze. I think of, yeah, wind, coldness, coolness. And that's not bad or good. It's just is. Well, no, it's good. It's not bad. It's just is what it is. It's just a quality. But it's funny because I was saying physical expressions are so fluid because coldness is also what freezes something. It's what turns something into a solid, and heat is what makes something less solid and more liquidy. But that's still a physical expression, just a different type. And even like the stillness and the frigidness of frozen solid things feels light and airy and not physical to me versus the heavy movement of things that are boiling or hot or in heat and moving a lot. That feels more physical to me. Does that make sense? So, anyways, I'm saying all of this because I was. Oh, fuck. What was I just talking about? Don't piss me off. That's so annoying because I was having a whole thought. Oh no. Oh, right. So I was saying it's important. This is why it's important that you acknowledge your autonomy as a physical being, as an incarnating being physically from your spiritual body, because the spiritual world is developing their bodies again because they're getting connected with their shadow and their ego and they're lowering their vibration. So they're going to begin to have a body, to have a body. And you want to make sure that if you want to maintain your autonomy as an incarnating being and really understand who you are separately from your soul, then you want to make sure that you are recognizing your autonomy and acknowledging it so that once the soul really begins to become in tune with their body, which is going to happen regardless because it's happening right now on Earth, we're becoming more physical because we're heating up. Like I said, I associate heat with the physical. And like, the ice caps are melting. We're just getting more released. We're getting more released into the physical. And it's clearing things out and cleansing the body. And so the bodies are becoming more dominant in their natural form. So it's like water. I had a dream that I was walking on water. Not in like a Jesus way, but just in a way where I was like lighter than the water. But then beside me was a girl who was in a boat, and she was like in a boat through the water. And then there was a ferry beside me with a bunch of people on the ferry. So, anyways, but you want to make sure that like if the water solid underneath me, even though it wasn't frozen, it was moving, it was liquid water, but I was just lighter than it, so I was walking on it rather than being within it and like floating, or swimming through it. I couldn't. I was like lighter than it. So I was separate as like an incarnating being from my soul. I hope I'm explaining this. And if you want to maintain your autonomy, is that the best? No. Then you want to make sure as a soul, as an incarnating being, that you're not like jumbled up in your soul's body. It's kind of like cyborgs. You know how they're talking about like the Instagram face and how plastic surgery is becoming so dominant right now in creating like a digital face or a digital expression of a human face, and how like a lot of girls have the same face right now that are popular on Instagram, and it's like called an Instagram face. Even like the way that the BBLs took over, and then that was like kind of like the digital body for a while, even though it was a black. Other people have bodies like that, but it was kind of modeled after black women. a certain expression of black women, because not every black woman has a body like that, but over the stereotype. So even the digital expression of the black woman, because I guess all digital expressions are kind of based on a stereotype or based on a generalization. But so there's going to be cyborgs, and the people who are like, there's going to be like digital cyborgs, like AI mixings of technology and the human expression. But then there's going to be spiritual cyborgs, and those are people that are both incarnating beings and their soul body, because that's how mixed in they are. And there's no better or worse, you know? There's no better or worse. It's just what ends up happening for you in this lifetime based off of what you believe about yourself and your incarnating experience. And either way is okay. But you want to be able to make that decision rather than have that decision made for you, which is where like that autonomy and choice comes in. And you deserve to have a choice. So you deserve to be aware of your own independence from something. You know what I mean? You don't have to be together if you don't want to be, because it doesn't mean that you don't have a soul. It just means that you are also your own being. If you don't want to be that, that's okay though. So yeah, that's just something that came to mind.